This episode is brought to you by Fetch. Fetch is a kennel alternative right here in Denver, not a traditional doggy daycare or boarding school. They offer one-on-one private pet care for all kinds of pets, both furry and non-furry. And their employees are experienced, insured, bonded, and background checked, so you can rest easy knowing your pet is in good hands. Basically, they know pets. I used to watch a Burmese mountain dog named Sven, who was just like walking a polar bear. It was insane. Fetch offers pet sitting, dog walking, pet taxi, medication administration, and more. And he hated going on walks. I could like walk him around the block, and then he'd just like to lay in the bathtub. So if you're looking for high quality pet care you can trust, check out Fetch at northdenver.fetchpetcare.com. That's northdenver.fetchpetcare.com. Today on CityCast Denver, it's May, and that means more sunshine in the Mile High and all the more reason to get outside. So we're here with our monthly guide of things to do, see, eat, and explore around Denver, along with some pro tips for how to get the most out of our city. Today is Wednesday, May 1st. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. Newsletter editor Peyton Garcia, hello.
Good morning, Bree.
And producer Olivia Jewel Love, hi.
Good morning, girlies.
Good morning, girlies. Well, this is our monthly guide to fun things to do, see, eat, drink, and experience around the Mile High City. If you're new to listening to the show, we're a daily local news and culture podcast. But every month we do this fun guide of things to do around the city to get the most out of what Denver has to offer. So let's just get started. Peyton, do you want to start with your thing to do / experience?
Yes, I'd love to. I'm very excited about this. So May is the month of Mother's Day, and this will be my second ever Mother's Day as a mom, and I'm very excited about that. But what I decided I wanted to do this year, now that I have a terrible toddler, I mean, he's great, but he's a lot, and being a mom is really hard and really exhausting.
I'm laughing because I agree with you. I also have a terrible toddler who's lovely, and I love him. But
it's a lot.
Constant battle. Yes.
Yeah, I got 6 hours of sleep last night. So I want to pamper myself a little bit. So I did some research on the best spas in Denver. And what I found was nothing. The Reddit threads that I looked at said that there are no good, high level fancy spas in Denver. The recommendation that I saw the most, though, if you want a really, really super clutch experience, is Monarch Spa, or Spa Monarch at the Monarch Resort in Black Hawk. And this spa is like fancy. So they have just an insane amount of amenities. They have a Laconium lounge, which is like this weird lounge where they have these contoured, heated, tiled seats.
I have to Google this.
Yeah, they're like, I've definitely laid on one before because the picture, I can tell. So I don't know. It's nice and warm. They have infinity pools, fire pits, aqua jets, saunas with hot stones, light therapy, herbal steam rooms. And what I'm most excited for is an experiential shower. Which means
it's a VR shower. No, what is an experiential shower?
While you're showering, it will simulate ice, fog, thunder, and tropical rain, all with essential oils.
Crazy.
The thunder is scary to me. I thought you weren't supposed to shower during like thunderstorms.
I bet it's gentle, like on your sound machine kind of thunder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this seems awesome. The cheapest option on their like spa menu is $175, which does not feel crazy to me for everything you're getting. And then the most expensive thing, well, not the most expensive thing, but the most expensive like base thing that you can get without adding on all the special stuff is like $315, which is not crazy.
So it's like a day. You can just hang out at the spa. Like you don't have to get a massage or anything. You can just like enjoy this experiential shower or like a jetted, like a...
Well, I can't tell you that for sure. I'm not a Spa Monarch representative. This is just me looking at the website, but it does sound really cool. You're kind of getting away to the mountains. I might throw a little hike in there. It's only like I think like a 40 minute drive outside of Denver. I'll make my husband drive me.
Yes.
And so I think I'm going to treat myself. So if you're looking to treat yourself or your mom or a mom in your life, think about pampering her at Spa Monarch.
Sounds nice, and sounds like your 2-year-old can afford it for you. It's really nice for him to get that for you. For
Yeah,
Mother's
thanks,
Day.
Benny. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Benicio.
Olivia, what's up? What do you got?
So I am going to head to the Horseshoe Market for this month. So the Horseshoe Market, in their words, is Denver's home for unique shopping. So it's a seasonal outdoor indie craft market that brings the community together for the most one-of-a-kind shopping in Denver. So it's a flea market that has art, crafting, vintage thrift stuff, and lots of local vendors and artists and makers. So they have multiple of the markets throughout the next few months, but their first spring market is Saturday, May 11th, and it is at Regis University in Denver from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so this is right up my alley. I love picking through old, haunted, weird shit and crafts. So
does it
I'm
pop
super
up
excited.
around like in different locations?
Yes. So the summer one is in August, and it's at Breckenridge Brewery in Littleton, and then it goes back to Regis. So they have a couple locations that they bought between. It looks like.
Yeah. So this is the month. Yeah, this is definitely the month where like spring bazaars are popping
Yes.
up. And I'm seeing them all over the place when I'm looking for events, and same with farmers markets too. This is now the season of farmers markets.
Right. I know. So I'm really excited. I haven't been to this one before, and I can't wait to just put on a little like sundress, get out, put on some sunscreen, and just walk around and spend money on stuff I don't need.
And Horseshoe's been around for like 10 years, so they know what they're doing. I think you're really going to enjoy this one, Olivia. Like it's a nicely curated, like different booths. It's just, there's a lot to look through. So I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't wait. So Bree, what do you have for us?
Well, me, the concert going person that doesn't like to go to outdoor concerts, even when it's nice outside, I'm going to the Fillmore. I'm keeping it indoors. One of my favorite bands of the last like 2 decades, Belle and Sebastian, is playing. They're a Scottish like indie pop group. I don't expect either of you to know who they are. Paul and I were talking about them yesterday, and he's also a big Belle and Sebastian fan, but it's at the Fillmore, and that's one of my favorite spots. If you haven't been to the Fillmore yet, it's this gorgeous venue. It used to be an electric car factory. At one point, it was a skating rink and a boxing rink, and it's been through many iterations, but it has that like historical... It's one of the things about Denver that's really cool is we have all these historic theaters. So if you haven't been to a show at the Fillmore, I'm going to recommend Belle and Sebastian on May 10th. So
That's cool.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to be outside. Maybe there's too many bugs.
Maybe you want to sit down. They've got seats. So
Maybe there's a spring snowstorm again.
Oh,
know.
don't manifest that, Peyton.
All right, our next category is sort of like your Denver pro tip, something good to know, something that you want other folks to know that relates to life in Denver, I don't know, around this season. Olivia, do you want to start?
Yeah, so my pro tip, I'm thinking May is a time where I'm doing a lot of moving stuff around in my space, redecorating, getting rid of old, bringing in new. So one of my life hacks tips is join your local Facebook group for Buy Nothing. I'm in a few of these for my neighborhood. They're usually, you can get a pretty hyper local one to wherever you live. You kind of can like look up your cross streets or your neighborhood wherever you live in Denver or the suburbs. And then you can post, I'm looking for this, or I'm getting rid of this. And you can pretty much get whatever you need for free from your neighbors. And it's a really cool way to connect with your neighbors and then also, not contribute to the landfill and also just get stuff for free. And I've done it multiple times I make jewelry. So I've gotten some old broken jewelry from people to repurpose, and people do like lawn furniture and stuff that they're getting new stuff and getting rid of their old stuff. So it's a really good way to just kind of continue that cycle of rebirth and stuff while also like connecting with the people you live close to that you've probably never met.
I love
It sounds like you are going to be filling your apartment with a lot of stuff this May, Olivia.
Stop. I'm trying to. Okay,
We're going to need to come over and check for hoarder tendencies, I think is what Peyton is saying.
It's not a hoarder place. It's maximalism.
Maximalism.
I love this idea though, because I'm thinking about when I lived like in a communal home, we had this thing called the free box, and you just like put stuff in it you didn't want anymore. And like I got so many cool outfits from the free box, or like, you know, like maybe like a curling iron. I don't know. There's like all different kinds of things. And there's that like it's new to you feeling. It's different than shopping, that like, ooh, I got like, I kind of got a treasure. So I like that you can like put a call out for a treasure.
Yeah,
too.
no, this is actually great. I mean, like my husband who refuses to put anything in the landfill, which just really makes him a hoarder because he just won't get rid of stuff. Yeah, I mean, he won't. He doesn't want to throw things away, so we just keep things, which is why we have his great grandparents' bed frame in our guest room. So
that's cool though. Well, it's good though from what I've seen, especially for people with kids, because kids grow out of stuff so quickly, especially like baby stuff.
For sure.
People have been like, you know, I have this car seat, I have this baby boppy thing, you know, who wants it? And it's been really cool to see people just like cycle through it. They'd be like, I got this from the group and now my kid's too big for it. Who wants it? So it's cool to like watch everything cycle through and just giving back to each other.
For sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, before we go to a quick break, I wanted to drop in and clarify that yes, you may hear an ad for the Monarch Spa and Casino on this episode, but that had nothing to do with Peyton's rec for Mother's Day. She was just looking for a nice place to spend her day.
Mom deserves the best, and there's no better place to shop for Mother's Day than Whole Foods Market. They're your destination for unbeatable savings, from premium gifts to show-stopping flowers and irresistible desserts. Start by saving 33% with Prime on all body care and candles. Then get a 15-stem bunch of tulips for just $9.99 each with Prime. Round out Mom's menu with festive rosé, irresistible berry chantilly cake, and more special treats. Come celebrate Mother's Day at Whole Foods Market.
Peyton, what's your pro tip?
Yeah. Pick me. Today kicks off Denver's seasonal water use rules. So this is important to remember. Although last weekend was very wet and rainy, don't let that fool you. We do have a warm, dry summer coming up. And Denver has some strict rules on when and how you can water your lawn. If you saw yesterday's newsletter, for those of you who subscribe to Hey Denver, which I write, I put the rules in there. It's also going to be on our website. But basically, Denver has water restrictions May 1st through October 1st, and it limits when you can water your lawn. So, like, you can't water your lawn from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's not allowed. I actually don't really know what happens if you violate the rules. Do you get a ticket or something?
I think that they might ticket you.
Yeah.
But I think if anything, it's just more of a mental note.
Yeah.
We're trying to conserve water.
Mm-hmm.
We also just did this. We have a great show that you can listen to on gardening, our gardening tips for this season with Anne Maria Watt. And she talks a lot about like drought tolerant grasses and other ways that you can look into xeriscaping your lawn if you haven't done it yet. So there's a lot of cool options to doing something low water. But I think it's more just like it's kind of like street sweeping. Like you don't necessarily get a ticket, but just remember that this is something you need to do.
Yeah, just like.
Oh, I've gotten a street sweeping ticket.
Yeah, I know. It's like they're pretty much on top of that, though.
Yeah, so I mean, check out denver.citycast.fm for the full list of rules. And I have some other tips on saving water or conserving water and stuff in there. And also, shout out to Denver Water, who put out a hilarious music video that they made. It's their spoof on I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. But it's I Water That Way. And it's actually incredibly entertaining. Big shout out. Go to their Twitter and check that out because it's hilarious.
The dancing toilet in that video is my favorite.
Concrete just won't fly. So I say I water that way. Tell me why don't water.
You know, actually, we'll put a link in the show notes because it's on
YouTube
and it's hilarious.
You got to watch it.
All right, what do you got, Bree?
Well, the Nuggets are still in the playoffs, baby,
Woo-hoo!
and we whooped the Lakers. So that means we're going
What?
on. We've got games ahead against Milwaukee. But my tip is to find, if you're like, you want to go watch the game with people, but you don't want to be somewhere where it's like super crazy, like a sports bar. A lot of bars or a lot of restaurants just play the games. So like my favorite is like just to be around other like people that are fans of Denver teams in general. So I go to Columbine Steakhouse on the lounge side. They have TVs, and you can always just like find the coolest, most old school Nuggets fan there. Or one of my favorite Mexican restaurants, Torres, has the games up all the time. And so I think that there's cool ways to celebrate and watch the Nuggets, even if you don't want to do the full fan experience. So my recommendation is just like go to your favorite bar or restaurant and watch the game there.
Yeah, like everywhere with a
tip.
TV is going to have it on. So like you don't
Totally.
necessarily have to go to like Tom's Watch Bar and
Which are
you know.
cool. Like I would also say like the DNVR bar, if you want the energy of being around the other fans, it's so much fun, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. So, you know. there's other
Shameless
places.
newsletter plug, but I rounded up best sports bars as well. You can find that at our website, denver.citycast.fm.
And we can put a link in the show notes. That was a great list, Peyton. So there's a couple different options for ways to watch the game, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, our last category is something to eat or drink. Peyton, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I'm excited for this month because Civic Center Eats is back.
Yes.
So that is the summer food truck series that the city puts on at Civic Center Park. So every Wednesday starting next week, May 8th, every Wednesday and Thursday, a cohort of food trucks shows up at Civic Center Park. And it's a ton. It's like, I don't know, I can't remember, like maybe 5, 8, something like that. And they're there from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And, you know, if you're working downtown and you're in the area, everybody goes there for lunch. And it's just fun. It's a nice way to get out, get some sunshine. So yeah, that's Civic Center Eats is back. Check that out. There's also, though, a couple of other spots. I know Wash Park and Paco Sanchez Park are also hosting food truck series this year. I want to say that starts this month too. But there's also, so if you're near those parks, they're going to have a little series going on too. But Civic Center Eats happens consistently every week through the summer, Wednesday and Thursday.
I really want to try that. I'm embarrassed to say I've never tried it, but I think I've always enjoyed going to stuff in Civic Center Park. So that would be a nice reason to get out and just like have a nice lunch in the sun.
When I used to work at the Denver Post, when they were over like on the 16th Street Mall, we used to go all the time.
Totally.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a nice reason to get outside and try something new because the food trucks change too. So you can always try something new every day.
That's good to know.
Yeah, super fun. So check it out. You can, at the Civic Center Park website, they'll have like a list of which vendors are appearing when.
Cool. Olivia, your eat or drink. What are you thinking about in May?
In May, I'm wanting to spend more time up in the foothills. It's starting to thaw out up there and just be the perfect time to spend time up there, in my opinion. And so I'm headed over to Aspen Peak Cellars in Bailey. If you haven't been up there, it's right on the edge of the creek. It's a winery and bistro. They make their own wine. And it's just gorgeous. They have some little tables right on the creek. When it's nice out, you can sit on the creek. And then also inside is very gorgeous. And this place is just so fun. I mean, the food and drink, very nice, very like thoughtfully crafted. But they also just have a lot of fun events that they put on. Like it looks like this season they've got like some jazz nights, a Mother's Day brunch, of course, and then they've got a series of wine club dinners that, have wine pairings and dinners that you can sign up for, like as a couple or, you and a friend, which looks really fun. And I know when I was working for Colorado Community Media up in the foothills, I covered an event they did called Flies and Flights, where they did a fly fishing tutorial, like with someone. And then you got a wine flight afterwards with the seller. So that was cute. In the winter, they did fondue and snowshoe. So,
Cute.
they led snowshoe hikes, and then you got fondue after. So they're just really creative and doing fun stuff. And it's just a gorgeous location. So, and this is the perfect time of year to go up there. So would recommend. And then, while you're up in Bailey, might as well go up to the giant Coney Island hot dog. Go take your next Instagram pic in front of that thing.
While you're there, why
But
not?
yeah, why not? I mean, you're already up there. Might as well.
Oh, I like this. It's
So-
like something in the city, something in the go to the food trucks, and then
Yeah.
or you could go to the mountains. Get a little
Or if you're
bit of-
trying to do some hiking, I mean, I like to hike the Lost Creek Wilderness Loop up over near Bailey, and I always stop in Bailey for food afterwards. So just toss
Yeah,
that
lots
in.
of good hiking up there.
call.
Bree, you want to bring us home?
Yeah, I'll round us out. Thanks to Beth Rankin at the Denver Post. She wrote about this Tamaki Den happy hour deal, which is $24 for 5 hand rolls.
Sold.
I know. I was like, $24 for 5 hand rolls? Like, this is like a crazy deal. Tamaki Den. Peyton, we've tried to go there. Like, it was too busy. So
yeah.
it's
I
a
still
spot-
haven't gone.
Same. And I was like, we got to go now for sure. They have this killer deal. It's 5 hand rolls, just $24. It has negihama, which is yellowtail, red shrimp, fatty tuna, salmon, blue crab. She says you can add a bowl of miso soup for $3. I mean, this is just like, for sushi, this is a great deal.
So when is this and how long is this happening?
So it's their happy hours, Friday through Sunday, lunch 12 to 3, and then happy hour Monday through Thursday from 4:30 to 6. So you can either grab a lunch on the weekends or like a happy hour, maybe early dinner from 4:30 to 6 Monday through Thursday. So
Real talk. Can we go? Can we go?
yeah, we have to
this
we
week.
have to go. We have to go
Please.
after work one of these
Yeah.
Thursdays.
That's
I would
awesome.
love to, because you and I've tried to go there and we just haven't made it. And I'm dying to try their sushi anyway. But this deal seems so crazy good. So
That's awesome. And if you guys don't know, that's from the same people who do Sushi Den and
That's right.
Ototo and Izakaya Den. So it's like legit stuff. It's good. And it's in the Source, right?
Yeah, I was going to say
Okay.
it's in the Source off Brighton Boulevard. So it's a little different neighborhood because, like their other spots I think are like in Wash Park. So this is
Yeah.
kind of more downtown, which is cool. But all the more reason to try it.
Oh, that's solid. That's good.
I know. I thought that was
Love
so
it.
good. Well, we have so much more where that came from. You can check out our event listings on our website, denver.citycast.fm. But of course, please subscribe to our newsletter, Hey Denver, which you can also do at denver.citycast.fm. Peyton writes up ideas and things to do every single day of the week. So we're always looking, and we're always looking for ideas. If you have something that you want to shout out, or there's something that you really love to do in Denver in May, give us a call on the It's May hotline. It's going to be May hotline,
Yeah.
720-500-5418. And Olivia and Peyton, this was so much fun. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah. Always great.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed this show, why not take a minute to tell your mom about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our morning newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See ya.